This is a video about a trip to the zoo, and this is also a video about the beginning of the end of our time in Mexico. Toward the end of April, Jesse and Harper and I went to the Lyon Zoo. I was still sick and waiting for some test results to come in, but I felt well enough to attempt a day out, and the zoo was having an Easter egg hunt, so off we went. When I filmed this, I had no idea we'd be leaving Mexico within 2 months. It wasn't even on our radar. At this point, we still planned to move back to San Miguel when our lease was up in Guanajuato. But looking back on this day, I can see that things were starting to shift. It wasn't the illness that made us move back to the States. That may have been what got the idea going, but it wasn't the tipping point. Walking through this zoo, we were surrounded by families, big extended families of grandparents and aunts and uncles, teenagers holding the hands of their younger cousins, families having picnics, opening up coolers of food that the moms and grandmas probably packed earlier that day. I started to think about all that we'd left behind in the States. Not the things, not the car, but the people. I'll explain more, but first, let's go to the zoo. We are at the zoo.
There's an Easter egg.
Yes, the Lyon Zoo has Easter egg hunting, so we have come to...
Why the Easter egg there?
That's right, we have come to hunt Easter eggs and see critters. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you do.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
We're on safari.
It's only for the better. They say we're gonna be alright. It's only for the better. Thoughts keep me up all night. It's only for the better. Please tell me this is right. It's only for the better. But now it's time for the heart.
there's an elephant. But first of all, the most hilarious thing, we were in the little lemur thing enclosure, and there was like a lemur up, and Jesse turns to this kid and like tells him in Spanish that, you know, the lemur is up there, and the kid like acted kind of confused, and so Jesse pointed and the kid saw. And then we turn around, the kid starts talking to his mom. He speaks English, doesn't speak Spanish at all. Jesse.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you came full circle speaking Spanish to a little kid who didn't speak Spanish?
Being like, up, look at the lemur. And he looked at me like, huh? I was like, yeah. He's like, Mom, look, there's one here.
We have come full circle.
Yeah, sort of.
Oh, look at this.
Maybe look how huge he is.
I actually don't think I've seen an elephant this big before.
It doesn't look real. It just doesn't look real.
No.
It looks like an animatronic. It's so much bigger than I thought. Or,
I know.
Or it's just the skin texture. There's something about it that just feels larger than life. Like I just don't know.
I know. I think that's the biggest elephant we've ever seen.
It's something.
Or the closest we've ever been to one of them, or something.
We love, we lie, we burn and out, can't find the light. And now it's time for the high, and then it's gonna get worse. You know, we're never getting better. We can sink deeper in the dirt. And now it's time for the high, and then it's gonna get worse. You know we never gonna get better. We can sink deeper in the dirt. We fight, we cry, we love, we lie, we burn and out, can't find the light.
Alright, so it's about 4:30 and the park closes at 5. So we're trying to find the egg hunting situation for Harper, but this zoo is so much bigger than we were expecting.
Trying to balance
What
the
you
shot.
got?
I don't care. No.
You got something to say?
No, you were in the middle of talking.
something
So
to say?
I don't have anything to say. Nothing. Here's the exit.
Thoughts about the Lyon Zoo?
I think I would prefer it personally
Yes.
without a special event going on.
Yeah.
A little less crazy.
Yeah.
But certainly was a lot more to do and see and eat. So that was a benefit.
Is it just me, or does it seem like so much more lively than like any zoo we've been to in the States?
Oh yeah.
there are a lot of like picnic areas here, and people bring picnics, and there's like places to grill out, and it's really cool. Like there's a bunch of families here. Yeah, music everywhere. It's just like, you know, in a way it kind of feels like an appropriate comparison of Mexico and other places. Like everything is just bursting with energy and noise and like life and color, and it's fun. It's fun. Wow, there's a lot of people here. What I'm starting to realize is that I don't think I would have gone home if I hadn't moved to Mexico. Jesse and I have lived apart from our families almost our entire marriage. There was 1 year we lived close to his sister and his mother after his father's death, but outside of that year, we've been hours and hours away from everyone for most of our adult lives. This seemed perfectly normal to me. My parents and I moved away from West Virginia when I was 4, and after we left our home state, we never again lived near extended family. I grew up away from aunts and uncles and cousins. It was my normal. So when we moved to Mexico, we knew we'd miss our families, but we also knew we'd see them at holidays, and that didn't seem too bad. But the year I spent in Mexico, I saw so many families, big extended families, families always together. I remember waiting for hours in the waiting room at the hospital and watching people come and go. I was almost the only one who didn't have at least one other family member there. One older woman had children and grandchildren there tending to her, a teenage grandson bringing in a bag of food for her, her adult children handling the paperwork at the front desk. There's an emphasis on family that's impossible to ignore in Mexico, and it started making me question my go-it-alone, independent attitude. Walking the zoo, watching families enjoying the day together, I started wondering if we'd given up too much. Losing Jesse's dad to cancer made us realize you never know how much time you have left with someone. My parents and Jesse's mom are still healthy enough to enjoy Harper, to play with her, to push her on the swings. How much longer can we say that? There's no way to know. And so, we left Mexico. We gave up a lovely life there because there was something at home we could never replace anywhere else in the world. Our families.
Last time we had cotton candy, you didn't like it. You wouldn't eat it. You wouldn't even try it. You've told me that you wanted to try it since then, okay? So we're gonna try it now. Just stick it in your mouth. It's sugar.
All right, Harper, what do you think about it? Do you like it? Are you glad you tried a new food?
Sure.
Do you think next time you're gonna want to try cabbage? Yeah?
Sure. Is cabbage like this?
Well, not exactly, but it's really good.